The future is pretty much going and biting us in the ass right now. Hot off the fucking heels of things like the Oculus Rift and Sony and Samsung going and throwing all their money into this goddamn pool. Virtual reality is the future. You're going to see that. Everybody is going to want to have a headset strapped to their fucking head, and you're going to look like a Daft Punk album cover. It's going to be the shit. Back to the Future is true. And all that shit. Well, Microsoft had seen this, and actually, if anybody remembers, I'd even made a note of it in one of my videos quite a while back, but months and months ago, Microsoft said, we're also working on a headset, and that's all they fucking said. That was the only little tidbit that they dropped. They're like, bleep, that's it. That's all the fuck they said. Well, they finally unveiled it, and it came in the form of the HoloLens. And whether or not you actually like the name of the HoloLens, all the demonstrations that they showed off and all the demos that they showed off to people at their own lab at Microsoft is pretty fucking impressive if you ask me. And I know that it's one of those things, oh, you're getting prematurely excited about stuff like that. Prematurely excited. Anyway, but I understand that just given the track record of a company like Microsoft, but truth be fucking told, this shit is pretty awesome. And considering the fact that there's a lot of people who had hands-on impressions of this, which I'm going to have all the links in the description, but anybody with a hands-on impression, being able to go and try out all the stuff that they were showing off in their, you know, their demo trailer, whatever the fuck you want to call those videos, that alone makes me feel less worried about the product, and especially in its early stages, which it is right now. You know, it's obvious this doesn't have a release date, it doesn't have a final price point, and it sure as shit isn't the final actual look of what this is going to be, but it's something that they have to go and show off to the masses, get everybody talking and excited, which, mission accomplished, because here the fuck I am. Okay, so right now, They had showed this off, and one of the things I want to go and get out of the way was the gaming applications that they had applied to this. Okay, so they had showed off a version of Minecraft with this, which they didn't even call it Minecraft, which is kind of interesting to take a little note of. And it might be because they don't want to go and call it Minecraft because maybe they have some specific idea with it, but it was Minecraft in your living room. So take your entire living room. Got this fucking shelf right here, right? Okay, so this shelf right here, just imagine, little castle built right there. Waterfalls coming off of it, because naturally you got a moat to keep bitches out. I don't want fucking creepers and zombies rolling in. Smack the shit out of these bitches. But waterfalls cascading off there, that's pretty fucking badass. I'd be able to pick this bitch up, like pick it up, and like, little tap, because it's all about gestures and shit. Tap and drag it around, have this thing floating through the air. Naturally, any of the residents inside of this thing are freaking the fuck out because the castle is flying through the air and stuff. For Super Mario Brothers, that's relatively normal because Bowser does that shit all the time. But anywhere, like around the house, you can go, you know, pow, punch into a wall. Now I'm in the nether. Bam! Oh, look, a whole bunch of lava's coming up from the ground. That idea that I'm turning my house into a virtual Minecraft world. I mean, Minecraft's already a very addicting game, but just imagine a HoloLens version of this. You know, and I'm sure that people have thought about this with the Oculus Rift, for example, but they got to go and make this one of their key demonstrations for their gaming front. I just thought, fuck, is that really cool. Even if you don't give a shit about Minecraft, that idea is kind of neat, regardless. You know, the idea that I'm actually walking around this shit, and I know that that's one of those things that was promised with the Kinect. The Kinect was supposed to make me feel like I was actually within the world, balls deep, all up in this fucking bitch, getting doo-doo butter on my fucking nutsack. I mean, I'm really in there, except for I never really felt like that. I always felt tired, and I'm doing this, and it's not recognizing shit. I'm just like, well, this! Look at this! Do you fucking see it? And it's like, nah, I don't even see what the fuck you're doing. I'm pretty sure that you're just doing this. That's all it's recognizing, as if I'm doing some shit like this. Now I feel like I'm doing a Thriller dance, like... And I can't do a Thriller dance. Yeah, do a little bit of that. Then again, that Michael Jackson experience, she's a fucking... Oh, man. And then Star Wars Kinect game. Okay, anyway. Rise of Nightmares is the only reason I give a shit about the Kinect, by the way. Just putting that out there. But... seeing that application, you know, and the thing is, there's indie developers and there's AAA developers who were already jumping on the bandwagon of stuff like this, and that makes me excited, because just imagine something such as Silent Hills. We got to see the PT demo. Just imagine that shit, you're walking around your house and it's recognizing every corridor, every single bed, every single doorway, every single window, every single little nook and cranny, and shit is actually jumping out at you. That horrifies the fuck out of me, because then you're really invested in it. I mean, the shit's right up in your face. You know, and there's microphones, there's speakers, there's all sorts of shit that's built into this contraption, and all of that can be put right into it. Just holy fuck. And just imagine if they added multiplayer to it so other people run around. It would suck real bad for like two people with headsets that are like, fuck, and just falling over. But at the same time, I love this idea. Like, oh my god, I want to see something like that so bad. That could make haunted houses so much fucking worse, by the way. But then they had showcased other things. Skype, just a basic ass little tool that we end up using all the time. Having a two-way conversation, two-way, three-way, four-way. But having a basic Skype conversation, they opened up Skype and just in the middle of it just dragged a little window, expanded the size of it, pasted it somewhere, and then had them help them with doing some electrical work, and the person on the other end could see through what they were looking at, and they got to draw things on the screen. Okay, you go and you rewire this, okay, you go and you take that out, and this part goes here and that goes there, and that was what was happening right there live. It was like having your own electrician or just having your own friend go and help with shit. And just apply that to something such as school. Just apply that to anybody who's going and doing something artistic. Like, hey, I want to go and do this. Well, no, you have to go and do this and yada yada. Just imagine engineering work. You know, I need help with my car. Can you go and help me? Well, you need to go this. You don't know shit about cars. Take it to an auto repair shop. I can't help you. You're a fucking idiot. Those kind of things. They teamed up with NASA. You could walk on motherfucking Mars. Just imagine if they went and teamed up with people for deep sea diving, or people who are doing some kind of like ruins excavation. Just imagine, I mean, walking around on Mars, you're able to go and pick up things, you're able to go and look at shit, you're able to go and plant markers, like, I like this place, it's a point of interest. That idea alone. And it's just, it's crazy to think about this shit. There's people who were using 3D printing technology in conjunction with programs to go and make shit. One lady made a helicopter, and she's in her twisting and turning this stuff, painting some of it, resizing it, putting it together. They made a helicopter, brought it out, made the bitch fly. By the way, I like 3D printers, they're the shit. As a matter of fact, the little cloud and Sephiroth right there, 3D printing, yeah! But just that idea has me excited, and again, this is all very early on, you know, but the applications that this can be applied to, not only in everyday life, but for schooling and just all sorts of other shit, is amazing. Imagine an entire classroom having these things on and able to present things to one another, or even able to just work together on something. You know, that's very cool to go and think about. If you think about gaming, just imagine gaming and something like that. You could literally be inside of the world now. You know, and it's just, holy hell. I want to go and try this out. You know, there's lots of questions to go and be asked about that. What about battery life? What about cost? What about a release date? What about the fact that, you know, we haven't seen this used with other people walking around in the room? What's it going to, you know, what's it going to be like if you're altering things in the real world? Like, is it going to stay up to speed on it? You know, if I put something on a door and I keep opening and closing a door, is it still going to remain on the door over and over? If I go and close things, pick things up and just throw them about, is it going to be able to react to them? All the people that got to try the demo said that there was zero lag in it, which I thought was pretty impressive. But I want to know what that's going to be like with an area that's very active and very frenzied and crazy and shit. You know, if you're walking around, say, a park or a city or some shit, you know, where obviously it's pretty bustling. You know, if you're walking through the woods and there's lots of shit for it to read, is it going to be able to stay up to speed? We've seen a lot of things that were pretty much just, it was staying in one spot, and that was it. I want to know what it's like whenever it's going with that. But the thing is, this has me asking questions. This has me invested in it enough to want to learn more, to know more. And I want this to be something that they push. I mean, really push. I want to see Microsoft push this and let everybody know, not just consumers, but to developers, that the sky's the limit. Literally, unlimited potential to really push it like that. The Kinect was pushed as like an entertainment device and something meant for gaming. Meanwhile, more people capitalized on the potential of it outside of that in conjunction with PC architecture, where they were making it and using it for all sorts of different applications, and it was fucking amazing. And if they would have just marketed as something that could be used in tons of different ways, whereas it was just marketed in one way, then it might have done better. And just imagine if they used the Kinect with something like this. That might even open up more opportunities. I know that we all view the Kinect as being a fucking turd, because as a gaming device, kinda is a turd. But with this, you never know. Again, just potential. Tons of potential. So, the Microsoft HoloLens. Thoughts, feelings, think it'll be the shit, think it'll be stupid, need to see more. Either way, all the descriptions, all the stuff in description rather, and all the links, that's all that you'll need, because, well, there's tons of shit down there. Either way, this is AlphaOmegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers. Game the fuck on.